In the golden age of Hollywood, some moments are so charged with real emotion that they become almost too much to revisit. For decades, Ann-Margret has refused to watch one deeply intimate scene she filmed with Elvis Presley in 1964, an unreleased duet that revealed the raw truth of their off-screen love. What made this performance so powerful yet so painful that Ann-Margret still chooses to keep it locked away? Their on-screen chemistry was electric, but behind the scenes, their relationship was even more intense and complicated. This lost scene immortalized a love that neither could publicly claim without consequence. The hidden duet scene. Among the most poignant yet mysterious chapters in Hollywood history lies a duet between Ann-Margret and Elvis Presley that never made it to the big screen. Filmed during the production of the 1964 movie Viva Las Vegas, this musical moment was unlike any other captured on film between the two stars. Far from a staged performance, it was steeped in raw emotion, an unguarded glimpse into a genuine love story unfolding behind the cameras. Yet, despite its beauty and depth, the scene was quietly removed from the film and locked away, destined to remain a secret for decades. The deleted duet featuring the song Today, Tomorrow, and Forever was more than a simple musical number. It was, in many ways, a real-life confession of devotion, encapsulating the intimate connection that had blossomed between Ann-Margret and Elvis. The camera caught Elvis seated at a piano, his voice soft and vulnerable as he sang. Ann-Margret joined him, their voices melding in a harmony that felt too authentic to be fiction, their eyes locked in a way that defied acting. What made this lost scene so unforgettable and hard to revisit was the total lack of artifice, like none of it felt manufactured. Both performers somehow went past their parts, turning the whole thing into this hush-hush exchange between lovers, not this clean, scripted back and forth. The tenderness and the plain shaky openness in every note, every look, made it clear there was an Elvis side that most people never got to see. And Ann-Margret had this depth, almost like you could feel it from the inside out. It felt made from real passion and honest feeling, not something that could be faked. The emotional weight of the duet was so heavy that even the studio understood the risk in putting it out. Back then, when celebrities' personal lives were kept on a short leash, this moment could have shown too much. It basically laid bare a romance tangled up with fame, jealousy, and all those duties that refused to line up with the heart. The public wasn't really ready for that kind of closeness. So the scene got cut fast. But you know how it is. The effect still stayed in the air behind the curtains quietly. And Margaret has even talked about how memories tied to that scene keep following her decades later. If she watched it again, it would mean facing a chapter of her life that was both bright with love and brutal with heartbreak. The duet stays like a small sacred token, a private emblem of something that was beautiful but impossible. And because it's missing from public view, its mystique keeps growing, turning into this painful secret kept close by the people who knew it was there. Fans and historians have speculated for years about the scene and why it mattered, but really very few have caught even tiny glimpses of the footage. The duet's aura has thickened with time, almost mythical now. Understanding the talents and experiences each brought to the screen will shed light on the intensity of their connection and the remarkable impact of their time together. Ann-Margret's rise. Before stepping onto the set with Elvis Presley, Ann-Margret was already carving out a formidable legacy in Hollywood and the music world. Born in Sweden and raised in the American Midwest, she brought a unique blend of European flair and raw Midwestern energy to the stage. Her rise in the early 60s was rapid. Signed to the same record label as Elvis, RCA Victor, she didn't just perform, she electrified every room she entered. Critics often compared her to Elvis, calling her his female counterpart for her magnetic stage presence and unfiltered rhythm. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Ann-Margret was not classically trained. Yet, her instinctive grasp of timing, movement, and charisma made her stand out. She was a natural performer with a style that seemed to pulse from deep within rather than a learned technique. This authentic energy helped her steal scenes in musicals and claim attention wherever she went. Audiences felt her in a way that few stars do. It was impossible to ignore her. Her reputation was built not just on beauty or voice, but on a vibe that combined vulnerability, strength, and electric confidence. She danced with a fire that perfectly complemented her singing and acting, making her a triple threat in Hollywood at the time. By the time Viva Las Vegas was cast, she was more than a rising star. She was a force ready to erupt on the silver screen and capture hearts beyond just fans of musicals. Her collaboration with Elvis was seen by many as a kind of perfect match of talent and temperament, like it just clicked without anyone forcing it. Unlike those typical polished starlets who usually played as love interests so smoothly, Ann-Margret's energy felt more wild, like it really shook up the whole dynamic. And somehow together, they brought back that earlier raw essence of rock and roll into Hollywood musicals again, mixing charm with a genuine spark that honestly hadn't shown up much in years. Ann-Margret's rise also seemed to point to a change in Hollywood during that era, moving toward more vibrancy and realness. Even while the studio gloss kept acting like everything was supposed to look perfect, she carried the hopes of a newer kind of leading lady, someone who could bridge music, dance, and film with this almost contagious vivacity. Her persona was both modern and still classic, which pulled in a broad audience. People who wanted fresh faces and new stories, not the same recycled storyline over and over. That whole momentum basically set the stage for what later became one of the most talked about pairings in entertainment history. Ann-Margret's mix of European roots and Midwestern grit made her feel uniquely relatable and somehow captivating at the same time. Audiences could tell she wasn't just polished. She was deeply inspired, and it resonated with them on a level that rivaled Elvis's magnetic appeal in a way that felt hard.